Hello and welcome back to another episode of Akiba's trip, Undead and Undressed. Last time, we got the new Unison Strip move, which is going to become an incredible asset in the coming missions. And now, we are immediately jumping into another main mission, it's just a patrol. We're just going to fight some higher level guys. So as you can notice, the volume, the amount of enemies that have been placed on the screen right now are much higher than before. Because the game knows now that with our newfound powers, we're going to need a bit of a challenge upgrade in terms of any amount. And you can tell that all of them have masks or headbands, which means that they have more than just two clothing parts now. And they very deliberately increase the amount of enemies with headgear just to make it a little harder. So, thankfully, we've gotten our bonus damage pretty quick. It's making this a lot easier, and it's easier to do mass damage, though we're getting crowded around pretty hard. But luckily, as you can see, the Unison gauge is getting high now, and now that I've stripped this guy off, I'm just going to go around and do some quick chain stripping, hoping to knock out as many guys as possible in this one chain here. But we still got plenty of people left, so what we're going to do is we're going to get this fully clothed girl, and yeah, we're basically going to get rid of her. And so I skipped the cutscene there, and as you can see, everyone around them is stunned, so we're going to go straight for the weak points there. We've almost got this guy all the way down. I just had to get his headgear. He was ducking there, but I'm going to make quick work of him. And now that only leaves, I believe, one more person. Shizuku's got him cornered. And it's another headgear, so we got to pull this off real quick. He's swinging. And after taking care of that, that'll do it for all the enemies here. So we made pretty quick work, even with the increased amount of enemies and them having more headgear. Luckily, Unison Strip became a huge asset in that battle. So the Junk Street Patrol is finished. It's a pretty quick patrol thing here. But it's not over. That is just the first part of this mission. We're gonna be meeting up with Zenya Amo again very soon, I promise you that. And we're gonna be facing some more enemies of that caliber. We're not gonna be facing any easy two-clothed enemies anymore. Anyways, we're gonna have some thrilling dialogue about, motivation and all that stuff and all that great stuff. So now we're getting called, and we're gonna have to run over to Electric Town, and we're gonna have to face some more mobs. And of course, we're not gonna let the rest of our team deal with them, because I mean, we're the super-powered character in this scenario. So we're gonna quickly run over. As you can notice, that we don't have any side missions, except for from Nana. So of course, that means there's another sister mission to do, and of course, my judgment tells me that maybe I should go get that mission first before anything else. So we're gonna go over and we're gonna see what the mission is. And this is the third sister mission, and it's to collect stuff. Oh yes, we're gonna get to collect stuff. This mission in particular is probably one of my least favorite missions in the game. I've done this mission so many times, but even now I struggled because of just the lack of indication. So the first thing Nana gets you to do is buy a flash drive, a USB drive from the soft map store, which is incredibly easy. You don't actually have to go in the store. They place guys outside the store to give you the quest item. And the first part is just completely simple. You go right to Main Street. You're basically right in front of the objective, and that's done. That's just done. But this next part and the part after are a little different. Now, I particularly hate this side street part of the mission, and I'm going to tell you why. Basically, what the game wants you to do is find a vending machine with I think it was soba noodles in it, or udon. And what's hilarious is you saw me go in front of that vending machine, and that's going to come back to haunt me in a second. But side streets is full of vending machines that all, look similar or different. And there's no indicator to which vending machine is being talked about specifically. And it's hard to tell because the textures on them don't particularly look distinct. So I'm just running around the border here, not knowing what to do. I thought maybe they were hiding it back in the alley, and as you can see, they're not. And there's a lot of running here, a lot of just searching. And you'd think that they would indicate it or give it like a red indicator, or at least like make it stand out more. And of course, I have to get my flyer over here before anything else. But the weird thing is, I went to the right vending machine first. It's that one that's slightly off to the right, the blue one. And that's the one that dispenses you the noodles. Now, I thought, and see, there's two of them in here that look exactly the same as that one. And it's kind of confusing because there's no indication of that one's significance over the other ones. So, there is a lot of running around the side streets. This is a bit of an embarrassing point in this mission where I really had no idea. So, we're just going to make quick work of this. And of course, I come back here, and after running back and forth for a good 5 minutes, I come over here to this blue vending machine again, and I hit A, and this time, it gives me the Odin. It was Odin, it was not Soba. Might be. But seriously, I went over there originally and hit A, and nothing happened. So, for the longest time, I was running around thinking that was not the vending machine. And so, the game tricks you into thinking that's the right one, but it's not. And it doesn't make it any more indicative of it being a mission than any of the other vending machines on the side streets. So, and combined with my own, intelligence, which isn't very, of course, I would miss that for so long, just running around the streets hoping to find it. This next one, kind of a similar vein, but not so much so. It's more like they put this one a bit more out of the way than the others. I thought maybe they would have put it closer to the right side than otherwise, but they did not. I thought you had to go into an actual store for a little bit, but no. Back here, they hide it back here in that little crevice area that takes you straight to radio, or takes you straight to Electric Town without having to go through the exit, and he's just hiding here in the corner. Like, out in this tiny little hall, he's just kind of, making little stealth work over here, and of course that took me a little longer to find him, but not as long as the Odin can, which was really annoying. But anyway, after those 3 items, we have one last item. We have to get a lock of hair, and of course we're gonna go to the battle arena. Oh yeah. So basically, we gotta go talk to the person who owns the battle arena, that girl with the curly hair. Yes. So we gotta pluck a hair off her head, and she will not let us take hair from her unless we beat her up. Naturally, which is the course of the game. She's gonna trap us in the battle arena to fight her. And of course, this is a 2-on-1, so this is incredibly unfair and not in her favor at all. So she goes in, and immediately it's just unfair. This is just 2-on-1ing. She's doesn't have a lot of durability, and I almost took her out in one go, but she has a headband on, so there is headgear, and it's the only time in the entire fight where she actually gets the upper hand. Here, it's just taking it out, and that just makes quick work of it. So now that we've stripped her entirely, she's now going to give us a lock of hair on her head, and she's very, very happy with us. And she's going to give us a lock of her hair, and then she's going to make an offhanded comment about down south, which is not for the kids. It's not for the kids, guys. So if you're a kid, don't look that up. Don't look about down south hair. All right, it's for the kids, not for the kids. But if you're a kid and you're still watching this, well, I'm sorry. I probably ruined your childhood. So now that we've gotten all 4 parts for this charm that Nana wants to make, she's gonna make the sister's charm. And the sister's charm we are gonna equip immediately, because it is very, very amusing. So we're gonna finally get rid of the me typing on my cell phone all the time idle animation. And now you see how Nana does that, like, kind of like she's like praying in front of herself all the time. She's got like the 2 hands in front of her, and she's like back and forthing it. So instead of us doing the phone thing, we're gonna do that. So now we got the hands curled in front of our chest look all the time, and it's very funny in cutscenes. So now, with that only side mission out of the way, we're gonna go to the main mission, which of course is the second patrol over here in Electric Town. This is gonna be pretty standard mob fighting again at first. So they're gonna throw us some more higher level enemies. They're not gonna throw us any of the easy stuff anymore. Now that we've powered up. Now the game has recognized we've powered up. They're not gonna throw us any more weak stuff. So here we go. They've thrown us one of those kind of like SWAT looking guys and some maids here, and they do have headgear. So there's only 4 this time. It's not as much as it was on Junk Street, so we've got less of a problem dealing with them as before. Luckily, they're all clustering together, so we're making very, very quick work of them. As you're gonna see, I'm gonna get Unison Strip, and we're just gonna go ahead and just use it. And of course, that stuns the other 2 enemies, which is gonna make them incredibly easy to get rid of because they basically are down to nothing but their headgear. And this guy over here with the AMR is not really doing anything, and I was just overkilling on that maid. So instead of taking her headgear, I decided to get this guy's down, take it, and then go for a chain. It's much easier. So that takes out 2 and 1, leaving us pretty much with only 1 more enemy to fight. And once again, she only has headgear left, and now she's juggling in the air. But after taking her out very, very quickly, no, she did have a skirt on actually, and I missed the grab there. Very smooth. After taking her out, we're finally going to get to the real point of this patrol, which was not to fight these guys. We are going to see our old friend again, Zenya Amo, and his fight this time around, I told you, only the first fight was going to be a little difficult. From here on out, it is incredibly easy, and you're going to find out why. So, pretty much, yes, they're decoys so that the big bad who's not the big bad is going to come out and surprise us with his business suit and his, you know, demeanor. So now, basically, what's going to happen is there's 2 phases to this boss fight, if you want to call it that. There's 2 phases. And the first one, it's very much like the first battle we had with him before. What's gonna happen is we're gonna just whittle him down to a certain point where he's gonna stop fighting us, and then a cutscene will happen. So, of course, I get hit by his stupid attack where he has like maximum poise. But basically, we're gonna whittle him down pretty quick, but we can't strip him. We just have to whittle down his health to a certain point, and then the game will not allow us to attack him anywhere. As you can see, it's a very, very quick process, actually, this time around to get through this first form. So now he's going to get really mad, and he's going to hit us with his stupid stick. He's going to hit us with his big red stick. So he's going to hit me, like, right in the chest, which is like, ow, way to be. And for some reason, Shizuku, who's, like, usually pretty on point, this guy's going to get really wide-eyed and just hit her straight in the chest. He's getting all mad, and he's having this big, like, don't underestimate me, I'm super powerful, I'm special, Daddy said I was special, and he's gonna hit Shizuku with the same stick. For some reason, she doesn't really do anything to stop that. I think this is one of those cutscenes in the game where I'm like, why did you just stop and take that? It's like just lets him come in and just slam right against it. And of course, I'm not happy, and I gotta pick the good choice here. Which unfortunately doesn't change the dialogue at all. It's just one of those, like, you get to pick a funny choice for the sake of it being a funny choice. So, Zenya's gonna be like, yeah, I like hitting women and children, which means I'm evil. Probably also like hitting dogs and cats and all other domesticated animals because I'm evil. And of course, that's gonna motivate us to get up, because man, do we hate guys who hit women, children, and dogs. And I'm going to pull my microphone straight back out of my floating pocket. And he's going to be very, very, very upset and weirded out by the fact that I even got up. And finally, we're going to get to the real fight. And here is a funny thing. Basically, the winning trigger here is just to pull off one clothing part. It has his pants or his suit. It can be either one. As long as you pull off one, the fight ends. Because he'll do a Darth Vader spinning out to the void, I'll be back sequence, and then of course he'll be back. But basically here, we only have to do one stripping, and that's all you need to do to clear this fight. But of course, that would be too easy. So instead of doing that, I'm going to strip him entirely, which of course doesn't change anything, but it's just funnier to do it that way. So the idea here, of course, is to get Unison Strip, which we're basically almost got. After tanking some damage there like a fool and failing to hit him, Shizuku's going to do some of her strong attacks to make this easy. Luckily, her trying to grab him put him in a situation where it was easy to hit him. So now we're very close to Unison, and of course, now that we've whittled down on him and we've already got one of his clothing parts already down to strippable, we're just going to destroy him. So he's wearing some like Rockstar boxers or something. Like, I don't even know what's going on there, but basically we've just gutted him. And he is just not having it. And of course, his drawn form here, he's still got his business suit on, but it's not the reality of the situation. He's very mad that we managed to strip off his clothing. So now he's gonna run the hell away. We don't have ideals or ideology. He's very upset. Oh, whatever. So now that he's glowing purple and melting, he's gonna run away. And so Zenya Amo is gonna get away just one last time. Yes. It will only be one more time we'll be seeing him. And this time, or next time rather, it's gonna be final. It's gonna pretty much set in stone that we're just gonna take him out for the last time. But for now, we're gonna let him get away because we've humiliated him enough. And that's pretty much gonna do it for the main mission here. And of course, we're gonna get some gratitude, which is fine by me, and my good friend here, Kaito, and his floating figurine is gonna be like, yeah, good job, guys. And yeah, so for now, we're gonna assume that we've made the attacks calm down a little bit now that we've got one of the big bads out of the way for now. And now we gotta regroup back at Mogra. Of course, after, you know, doing all that stuff, we gotta regroup and talk about other important things. So that's pretty much done it for that mission. And of course, now that we've done a main mission, that only means there can be more missions to pick up and the side missions. And that is absolutely true. We're going to get another mail from that guy who's waiting at Mogra for us. And of course, Peter is going to talk about a hot debate between old and new Akihabara. And we're just going to kind of flick through here real quick. You know, I'll let you soak it in a little bit. But basically, we're going to pick up these side missions instead of going back to Mogra like we always do. And we're going to get those side missions out of the way because it's going to be a much easier goal. So we've got 3. So 3 right off the bat. And one of them is another Sinister Hunter mission. But anyways, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you stick around for further episodes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.